Welcome to another high-impact edition of Who's Who Business TV. I'm your host, Amrita, and today we continue to explore the power of vision and execution shaping Guyana's business future, one bold decision at a time. Let's begin with a timely reminder from entrepreneur and investor Damon John, who said, "The easiest thing to sell is truth." In business, authenticity isn't just refreshing, it's magnetic. Whether you're building a brand, leading a team, or navigating change, consistency, you've got to do it with clarity of purpose. And in today's episode, we meet leaders who embody that principle, each one building with intention and leading with truth. This is Who's Who Business TV. We'll be right back after a few messages.
Ale & Sons is your one-stop shop for all Total Tools. Total Tools, available at all Ale & Sons locations.
It's important to know these disc styles so you can begin to better understand the people around you. It's also important to understand that we are all a blend of these styles. Sure, we can adapt those blends based on our environment or when a specific situation calls for one style over the other. But more often than not, we've all got to accept our DISC and learn to live, work, and play and accept these basic truths. So there you have it. We're all different. but we are predictably different.
Welcome back. This is Behind the Brand, the segment where we shine a light on companies building Guyana's economy from the inside out. Today's feature brings us into the world of integrated services and industrial impact. We're going behind the scenes of NBN Group of Companies led by founder Cassandra, who shares with us her journey in commercial excellence and clean execution. Let's take a closer look at the systems and story behind NBN Group. Behind the Brand takes us inside the story of NBN Group of Companies, Inc., where construction, accommodation, and facilities management come together under one purpose: to serve Guyana's growth with reliability.
My name is Cassandra. I am the founder of NBN Group of Companies, Inc. We started off with real estate and property management. Then we have diversified into construction and cleaning. So now the company new name is NBN Group of Companies, Inc. We started with real estate and property management, which was good. But, as the country is being developed, in a whole new different sector, we decided to incorporate construction and cleaning. So if I'm selling your property, why not build it for you? Why not clean it? It's a one-stop shop.
From full building construction to tailored housing and apartment rentals, NBN operates with both scale and flexibility. Based on the East Bank, they serve a wide cross-section of clients, balancing urban access with industrial readiness.
We would have worked on a lot of projects for the real estate. I started international real estate maybe about 2 years now. So I am more focused on the expats right now, and that's for the real estate sector. For the construction, we have been bidding a lot. We were awarded a few contracts as well too. On cleaning, we do cleaning privately right now, residential cleaning, but we're now getting into commercial cleaning.
Before they were building structures, NBN was building trust, starting with janitorial and commercial cleaning services.
For me, it would have helped it, to reach a lot of, overseas-based clients because, as you travel, you can always pick up a who's at the airport, on the plane, and you're sitting on a flight for 5 hours. I'm just gonna run it. Hey, I saw this real estate company. When I'm in Guyana, I could always give them a try and see if they can get me an Airbnb, a hotel, something.
For Cassandra, being in the who's who in Guyana business is not just recognition. It's a reminder of NBN's Group of Companies' visibility and service orientation in Guyana.
I work on a lot of recommendations, right? So I would say that persons, they just love us because our honesty, our liability, our quick response to our clients. We always find a solution for something. If they're having an issue with anything, we always, give them a solution for any problem they're facing, whether it's in the real estate sector, the construction, or the cleaning.
Stay tuned as we hear from Christina Hickel, HR Coordinator of NSBOmega Guyana Inc., to learn more about their innovative strategies, key job opportunities, and workforce development in Guyana.
Hello, I'm Christina, the HR Coordinator here at NSBOmega Guyana Inc. Today I'm highlighting a vacancy with one of our clients located in Barica. They're currently seeking a general practitioner to join their team. Please note, candidates must have the relevant qualifications and experience in this field. For more information, please visit our website at nsbomega.gy or contact us on 227-3370. Thank you. Until next time.
Welcome to BizzPulse, where we honor the women entrepreneurs turning experience and enterprise and challenges into opportunity. In today's segment, we meet Beverly, an entrepreneur whose journey didn't start with capital, but with courage. Her business, XAWB Investments and Consultancy, is rooted in service, helping others navigate the very systems she once had to figure out for herself. This is BizzPulse. As part of her growth story, Beverly founded XAWB Investments and Consultancy, designed to empower businesses and navigate essential processes like NIS, turning red tape into stepping stones.
My name is Beverly Bobb. The name of my company is XAWB Investments. But before I tell you more about that, let me tell you a little bit about myself and how I got started. I worked for almost 40 years in the public service. And I decided, okay, what I didn't achieve in the past 40 years, I certainly will not achieve in the next 4 or 5 until I retire. And I know that it is said that you're supposed to have this 15-year plan, 10-year plan before you retire. I had none of that. And I just decided, take a leap of faith and just go.
Her business is more than a hustle. It's a solution. Beverly offers real, everyday services tailored to the needs of her clients. From essential documentation support, she's filling a gap and doing it with integrity.
You mentioned XAWB Consultancy. That's another story too, because there were 2 companies. I first started with XAWB Consultancy, and the company that I told you that I worked with for almost 40 years was NIS. What my idea is or was that I am going to help them, as well as helping myself, as well as helping the clients, so that they will be able to get compliant and get all the benefits that NIS offers.
As a female entrepreneur, Beverly's perspective is clear. The challenges are real, but so is the impact. Her work is a daily act of representation, showing what's possible when women lead from the front.
And then there comes the Road to Growth program. That was phenomenal. That was life-changing. And that all came about because there was a networking activity with Action Coach, and there I learned about the Sherry Blair Foundation and the Road to Growth program. And in that Road to Growth program, that assisted me with business, that assisted me to see myself as an entrepreneur and to gain that particular confidence in myself as a female, as someone, because remember, when you are on this side of the number chart, it is a little more difficult whether you're on that side of the number chart. And all of that came into context where, could I do this? Am I a little bit too old? How will people look at me? It's look like, what were you doing with all your life? So now it is a whole paradigm shift. It is an entire career change. And this Road to Growth, Road to Leadership, and especially the Road to Finance, all of that came together in assisting me as a female. And there's so many things that would want me not to start being a female, being a person of a certain age, and not having any business acumen, no experience. That all those things would want you to say, no, you can't do that. Just maybe step down a little bit. But when you step out, when you grow, as they say, the road to growth, when you do that, when you know what your leadership potential is, and then as females, it is a little daunting to have this financial burden on you. Oh my gosh, I have to go at banks and all of these things. So That is how Road to Growth, Road to Leadership, and Road to Finance assisted me as a female entrepreneur.
Through training, mentorship, mindset shifts, Beverly describes her transformation as nothing short of phenomenal. Her story reminds us that when women are supported, whole communities rise with them.
This program, I have recommended it to many persons. Why? Because it shows that I can do this. And it is a quality program. It not only gives you theory, but it gives you practical insights that you can work with. You have mentors that come in and speak to you. You have coaches that you can call on at any time. They give you insights into the financial institutions, how you can get funding from these financial institutions. I never knew about the different types of finances, whether it's investment financing, whether it is all the different types of loans. I never knew all of that. And this is where I learned all of that. And it's not that you're only learning it in theory. They bring the banks to you. They bring other entrepreneurs to you. If you have a problem with public speaking, then the Road to Leadership helps you with that. You have a problem with financing and accessing the banks, the Road to Finance helps you with that. You have a problem with just getting started, not knowing exactly how to start. The Road to Growth helps you with that. And it's not only local, it's an international program. And that also gives you that confidence to network with your fellow women, because female entrepreneurs, because when you're done, they don't leave you alone. You build this entire network, and it's phenomenal.
You know, I've been wondering, when's the last time you actually planned for your business? Not just tomorrow's task, but the big picture. In just 3 weeks, Growth Club kicks off, our 90-day planning session that helps you set big goals, map out real strategies, and actually get things done. This isn't just another workshop. It's your chance to take a step back, refocus your energy, and build momentum to make the next 90 days count. Apart from all these benefits, this session also offers some amazing value-added features you can take advantage of. Can you believe you could get a complimentary 1 day in any month feature on the Who's Who LED screen and a feature in our e-directory? You'll leave with a clear plan, actionable step, and the confidence to make this your best quarter yet. Seats are going fast, so don't wait. Grab your spot at the Growth Club today, and let's make it happen.
Struggling to grow your business? You're not alone, but you don't have to figure it out the hard way. Business coaching gives you clarity, strategy, and accountability, so you can stop guessing and start scaling. From refining your offer to building systems that work, a coach helps you work on the business, not just in it. The most successful entrepreneurs have coaches. The question is, do you?
Before we head into IBC Spotlight, here's something you don't want to miss. This October 13th, the spotlight returns to the Guyana Marriott Hotel for the official launch of the 2026 edition of the Who's Who in Guyana Business Directory. This year's launch features internationally acclaimed speaker Kaplan Mobray, award-winning author, motivational speaker, and career consultant, delivering a keynote on the power of corporate identity. It's more than a launch, it's where Guyana's top business leaders gather to elevate their brands, expand their influence, and celebrate what's next. Register now at go.actioninvest.org/WW launch. At the launch of the Who's Who in Guyana Business, you'll be speaking as well on the power of corporate identity. How can companies in emerging economies like Guyana use identity to build influence and trust?
You know, when you think about those two words, influence and trust, which influence and trust create growth. And when you think about companies looking at creating a corporate identity, what do you stand for? What is the opportunity that you present? Why should someone trust you? But then how does that all lead to the mutual growth story of being a part of the Guyana story? When I think about the identity, it's a powerful thing. You know, you become what you're known for. And what you're known for typically is the experience that people have with you, with your business, with your products, with your services, with your leaders. And that experience, it creates what you're known for, creates a brand, it creates trust, it creates credibility, but also it creates opportunity. And when I think about this particular session on shaping identity, it's really about creating opportunity by building trust, creating opportunity by building and elevating credibility, but also shaping the value that you deliver. And every single business has an opportunity, especially in a growth economy, to deliver value. So I'm really excited about inspiring that story, sharing that story, and really joining other leaders in this story of growth and moving forward and creating opportunity.
Welcome to IBC Spotlight, where we highlight the powerful voices and global perspectives expected at the International Business Conference platform. Let's hear it from electrifying keynote speaker Kaplan Mobray. Then we shift from narrative power to industry strategy with Jenny Ramautarsing, Managing Director of GDM Management Consulting. Jenny brings sharp insights on real in-country value. This is IBC Spotlight. Mr. Mobray, thank you so much for joining me on this IBC Insider Series. You've been recognized globally as one of the top business speakers. What excites you most about being part of the International Business Conference Guyana 2025?
My name is Kaplan Mobray. I am ecstatic to come to Guyana for the first time and to really join an amazing conference of business leaders, business owners, leaders, and to really join in the community of people really focused on growth. You know, I think about this particular conference, I think at this particular time, I think about growth, and I'm certainly excited about the opportunity to be a part of this conference, to speak at this conference, to inspire at this conference, and to really motivate people to really focus on the opportunity that we have ahead. So I'm really honored to be here and to be coming to this conference, and I'm looking forward to seeing everyone very soon.
And you're sharing in Guyana's growth story as well. I think that is so fascinating. I think storytelling is so important. And not only do we have an opportunity to hear about you speaking towards the power of corporate identity, you also have a keynote called Own Your Narrative, the power of personal brand to elevate growth, innovation, and influence. Tell me too why personal branding is so important for business leaders today.
You know, when we think about business today, and it's been an adult, sort of concept in business. Business is driven by relationships, and relationships are driven by trust, and trust is driven by your brand. And today, your brand is established as a business both by the relationships you have with people and in constituents, but also the relationship that you have with your reputation. And sometimes that reputation is shaped online through social media, through reviews, through what people are saying about doing business with your particular company or entity. So your personal brand, who you are, is a connection to your business brand. And oftentimes, people know a business through its leader or through its leadership. People will also know a business through the reputation And that happens sometimes online before they even meet the business. And what I say is today, people meet you before they meet you. So your personal brand has to matter, in how you drive business and how you drive trust and how you drive credibility and how you shape what you're known for. And today's world, your brand is everything. Your brand is a promise. And there's a difference between sales, marketing, and building a brand. And they're all three, important elements of driving growth. But your personal brand, it's something that is sort of your calling card. It's almost like the new business card. What's your brand? And do I trust you? And do I know you? And can I find you? And when I find you, what is known about you that allows me to say, tell me more? Or how can I invest more? Or how can I share and refer you to others in my network? So it's a powerful identity. I'm looking forward to sharing this perspective to help business leaders grow, but also to focus on owning the narrative. Because if you don't own your narrative, someone will shape it for you. And the question is, will it be consistent to what you want to be known for?
Wonderful, Mr. Mobray. I can already see a lot bubbling all across the business landscape. I think it's very important that for our delegates who are attending the IBC to understand how their interactions with global giants shape the future of what they do in a very disruptively innovative economy like Guyana as well. And I understand that you've worked with global giants like Nike, Salesforce, Deloitte. What are some lessons from those experiences that are most relevant for businesses and leaders in Guyana and in the Caribbean?
Especially in a disruptive growth economy. I love what you said, disruptive growth economy, of which Guyana is. Leadership, what I've learned from working with all the major giants across industry, especially in the midst of change, leadership and innovation matter. And leadership and innovation matter, especially on the pathway to growth. So companies that are at the forefront, they lead from the front. And what that means is they are focusing on what I call the now and the next, at the same time. You're creating a great, powerful now because of the work that you do, the quality that you deliver, but you're also focusing on what's next. You're asking the disruptive questions. What am I not seeing? What can we create? And you're imagining and re-envisioning a future based on the courage to drive innovation, the courage to push through boundaries, and the courage to create a new ceiling, a new opportunity, a new era for growth and innovation. Growth is a mindset. People always ask me, hey, why do you wear green? They ask, so they'll ask me that question, and I'll show them this. I wear the color green because green tie, because green is for growth. And I've been on 5 continents, and wherever you are in the world, when you look outside the window, the things that are green are growing. And when you think about growth is a mindset, and it starts by understanding that there is a improve, there is a create, there is a grow, and there's a shape. 4 powerful words as business leaders own their narrative and own their brand, but also own leading from the front. 4 powerful words that really shape how growth happens. You improve an opportunity, create an opportunity, improve an outcome, grow a result, and shape the future. And certainly the companies that I've worked with across all industries, across all sectors, market leaders, they focus on creating an opportunity, improving an outcome, growing a result, and shaping the future. So when you think about what that means for you as a business owner, as a delegate coming to this conference, thinking about, how are you going to lead from the front in a disruptive growth economy? The challenge of the question, the opportunity, and I'll share this in the session, is how are you creating an opportunity, improving an outcome, growing a result, and what are you doing today to shape the future? Because the power of growth is in the next. What's coming next?
I think what you said there, it really resonated with me because we are bringing together over 800 delegates, 2,000 trade visitors. And I'm wondering, in your perspective, how does a conference of this scale create real opportunities for both personal and corporate growth?
I think, when I look at a conference, and look at attending a conference, you can go and attend an event and take a seat and walk the exhibit hall and be a participant. Or you can be an engaged contributor. And what I mean by that is these 4 words, connect, learn, engage, and challenge, are really important in getting an ROI from a conference of this nature. I think you want to connect with people and other peers and business leaders. You want to learn something. You want to learn something new coming to a conference of this scale, of this magnitude, with the richness of the attendees who will be there. You want to learn something new, but you also want to engage in a new idea, a new approach, a new way, a new perspective. And then you want to leave with a challenge, which the challenge says, what am I going to do with all that I have experienced, learned, engaged, the connections I've made? What am I going to do? And you want to leave with a powerful personal challenge. So this conference of 800 people, over 800 people, IBC in Guyana, people should leave with a challenge. And that challenge says, what am I going to do now that I've learned something new, connected with someone, of great relevance, engaged in the opportunity to have a new perspective, and now I can grow my business even better, stronger, faster, because I am enriched for the opportunity of this experience, this amazing conference, the IBC in Guyana.
I admire the cognitive reframing there with just thinking of challenges as opportunities. And finally, what's one takeaway you hope delegates and business leaders will carry with them after hearing you speak in Guyana?
I think the powerful nature of intention is what drives business growth. And you have to be the bold difference. Be the bold difference means be intentional to create an opportunity. Be intentional to offer a perspective. Be intentional to create a relevant product or service. Be intentional to be a part of the growth story. Businesses that grow, they grow with intention. They grow with a perspective that they have a way to shape what's coming next, but also to shape a new way to do, to buy, to experience, to transact. So my perspective from the sessions that I will lead is to inspire business leaders and delegates from all around the world who are coming to this conference to be intentional about growth, but to be the bold difference in their industry, in their perspective. And that will create amazing results in the years ahead.
Excellent, Mr. Mobray. This is just a short conversation. I'm already feeling super inspired and energized to get moving.
Awesome. It's my absolute pleasure. And again, this is going to be my first time to Guyana. So I am just absolutely thrilled to be coming to the country for the first time, and to all the people that I will meet, delegates that I will meet during the session. I'm really honored to be here, but also really just excited about the growth story that is taking place in Guyana, and to be a champion and advocate and ambassador of that story as I travel around the world.
My name is Ramautarsing, and I'm the Managing Director for GDM Management Consulting. This will be our third time participating at the IBC. Last year, I was able to contribute to the panel of infrastructure and mining and money as a speaker and a panelist. And my takeaway from that experience was the amount of knowledge and expertise that was present at IBC. It sends a really clear message that we are more than capable as small nations to bring about growth and prosperity for both of our nations. And I commend the Suriname Guyana Chamber of Commerce for recognizing that fact, and with the theme of this year allowing us to further deepen the conversations on collaboration between Suriname and Guyana, between the government and the private sector, but also between the regional and international collaborators. GDM participated last year by showcasing one of our manufacturing clients in Suriname, who under GDM's management went from default to being one of the leading manufacturing companies in Suriname. What we bring to the IBC 2025 this year is a very specific portfolio of sustainable workable solutions that we have identified and created based on the challenges and bottlenecks that we've identified. Many of our businesses in Suriname and Guyana are struggling with shortage of labor, integration of digital tools and AI, the newest technology these days, and sustainable solutions. Now, we've been putting the work in to bring to you, to IBC 2025, very specific industry-related solutions, which we will be speaking about. So come and seek us out. Speak to our GDM representatives if you feel the need to level up your company, grow your company, and expand on your future horizon. And we will see you at IBC 2025.
As we continue our IBC journey, we now turn to one of the associate sponsors powering this year's IBC, ELGAWA Guyana Inc. Joining us is Mr. Sultan Dinool, Country Manager, to share ELGAWA's vision in Guyana's fast-evolving economy. From transmission to transformation, ELGAWA is helping connect systems that power national development, and their support of the IBC reflects that commitment to regional collaboration and sustainable growth. Let's hear more from Mr. Dinool.
We're doing this because of experience and how the event was run last year. Last year we were an associate sponsor as well. We decided to run it back, and I know the event is bigger and better this year. One of the major things is being a sponsor of the IBC. It allows you to network much more in depth with industry leaders. This conference is a B2B oriented conference. There is no other conference like this in the country, where there are only industry leaders and you can have one-on-one conversations, especially with the networking business aspect of it, the one-on-one business aspect of it. And being a sponsor allows you to play an important part in meeting persons one-on-one and building those relationships. This year, we're actually raising the bar. Yes, we are an associate sponsor, but we are more heavily involved in different parts of the conference. We will have a booth. This year, our booth will be more exclusive, and we'll have more information on the topic that we will be presenting. Whereas we were a spectator last year on the different discussions, we plan to have our own panel, and it will be a technical financial panel based on one of the major products that will shift the mindsets of industry leaders, especially when it comes to technical industry, which is the processing, food, restaurant, things like that. So it will be very exciting, and I look forward to multiple persons learning about these new technologies that the country will now benefit from. It's a good question, and we fit directly into this because ELGAWA is a regional player, and we are bridging businesses. We are in both countries, Guyana and Suriname, and we work regionally with technical work. I know Guyana and Suriname right now, we are the hotspot of the Caribbean, and that's why as ELGAWA we made sure to place that focus in both countries, and then we are extending the same level of and quality of work that we do in this country and in Suriname to various parts of the Caribbean, and we're even now looking at outside of the Caribbean region. So this topic and theme fits us perfectly. Definitely persons who will be attending or who are thinking about attending, you definitely should, first of all. Especially, I can speak based on experience, and last year it was very powerful when it came to business matching, especially matching qualified leads for your specific type of business. I know this year we have much more delegates, you would have the numbers, and we look forward to raising those leads and making even the connections that we made last year much stronger, and definitely creating more clientele for our business.
The IBC is almost here. As you see, we're at the Marriott, making sure that every single detail is taken care of so that you can get the best experience possible, a fantastic experience, where you get to meet all the key decision makers. You're able to ensure that you meet the agencies, the investment agencies, meet other businesses, and of course explore Guyana. Take a look at all the opportunities that Guyana has to offer. Visit locations, and again, the International Business Conference, the 3rd edition, is where you need to be. And I encourage you, if you don't have your delegate passes yet, get it as soon as possible so that you can be here October 14th to 16th at the Marriott and really help us continue to develop Guyana, see the opportunities in Suriname as well. Both countries will be heavily represented, and you need to be there as well.
Shopping with Ali & Sons is now more easier than ever. Find your product, click Add to Cart, click Proceed to check out, enter your email, click Continue as guest, enter your name and address, choose your delivery options, click Continue, then click Place Order. It's that easy. One of our customer service representatives will contact you to confirm, and in several hours, your items will be delivered to your door.
Ali & Sons in the Gifflin Mall is your one-stop shop for all electronics, including laptop computers, flash drives and SD cards, tablets, speaker and stereo sets and the best brands, drum sets and guitars, household appliances, flat-screen TVs, hardware items, and lots more. So check us out today for the most affordable prices. Ali & Sons in the Gifflin Mall, making life better one day at a time.
Syntec is a new oil and try my vehicle. I've been working from Linden to Georgetown up and down the highway. Have vaccine, and the oil performing very well. The vehicle performing well. The oil level do not drop. So I'm advising you to take a try with Syntec.
Hello everyone! Last year's International Business Conference was nothing short of extraordinary. It brought together some of the brightest minds in business, innovation, and leadership internationally from all sectors. The energy, insights, and connections that emerged from that event have continued to echo through our community, driving new partnerships, fresh ideas, and strategic investments. We are proud to have created a platform that doesn't just discuss business, it empowers it. And now, we're building on that momentum with even greater purpose. IBC 2025 is coming, and it's set to be our most ambitious conference yet. This year, attendees can expect a dynamic mix of keynote addresses from international thought leaders, focused panel discussions with industry experts, and hands-on opportunities to explore cutting-edge business solutions. From technology and tourism to finance and the future of work, we're covering the sectors that matter most to our region's growth. IBC 2025 isn't just another business event, it's a business movement, and we want you to be a part of it. We look forward to welcoming you once again in Guyana to IBC 2025. Visit our website or message me to get all details on sponsorship or your attendance as a delegate.
Brings us to the close of this special edition of Who's You Business TV. From thought leadership and brand elevation to regional partnerships and industry transformation, today's story reflects what the IBC stands for: connection, collaboration, and capacity building at every level of business. As we prepare for this landmark gathering, one thing is clear: Guyana's business community is not just keeping pace with change, it's helping lead it. To our viewers, thank you for staying engaged with the people, platforms, and possibilities shaping Guyana's future. Until next time, stay ready, stay relevant, and as always, keep leading the way. I'm Amrita, and this has been Who's Who Business TV.